I think there's sort of regulation in terms of how the regulators began their regulatory journey into the space. Where was the starting point? But I think the end point is going to be similar for all regulators. You've got the sort of innovation happening in the crypto market, which is got us here today. Yeah. But I think the big exciting move that we're probably going to see in 2025 and beyond is regulated financial institutions and banks globally starting to move into the space. So yes, Hong Kong always had a focus on tokenization and really sort of using the technology to push traditional financial markets, to blockchain-based finance. So there has been a focus, but I think the endpoint for all regulators, considering how enormous that market is going to be when we have trillions on-chain, will be similar across the board.
Your main operations are in Hong Kong and Abu Dhabi. Just wonder, Abu Dhabi seems to be doing very well. I mean, this is what I hear from the industry people as well. And it's not just crypto, but it's a lot of traditional companies as well. What do you think that they're getting it right, or do you actually feel that they're getting it right?
So there is sort of crypto before Trump, and now we've got sort of a different focus before and after Trump. So before Trump, we've had a number of regulatory jurisdictions really laser focus on this technology, on formulating regulatory frameworks that actually support the industry and attract high-quality crypto companies to their jurisdiction. Now, I would put Abu Dhabi definitely at the forefront of that, alongside Hong Kong, Singapore. These are jurisdictions that have been working on crypto regulations and supporting the industry since 2018. So they had a really good head start. When the US was pretty much anti-crypto, trying to shut down the industry, you had these other international financial centers really looking to get ahead and sort of build financial systems on this new infrastructure. The way they're going to do that is to attract talent, attract these crypto companies. So Abu Dhabi and the UAE more broadly definitely falls into, one of those very forward-thinking regulations. So today there's a good concentration of very high-quality crypto companies. There's a focus on developing the ecosystem, and it's making it a great jurisdiction to build in.
Do you think the Trump administration has brought enough clarity on the table in terms of what he wants to do? I mean, his embrace of crypto is clear, but in terms of regulation, are we getting enough of that, or?
Well, we're going to find out by the summer, because within 180 days, he's asked essentially all the lawmakers to come together in a unified way across all the different agencies to lay out a roadmap for how to proceed, how to give the industry what it needs. And that's sort of distinguishing what's a security, what's not a security, which agency is going to look at which parts of the crypto market, what's oversight going to look like, what's regulations going to look like. So it's very comprehensive in terms of what they're planning to release. So we'll have more clarity on that in the summer. But I think a very big move is the stablecoin bill. That's already passing through Senate. That's already close to getting, put into law. And that is very substantial. It's more detailed stablecoin regulation than we've seen anywhere in the world. And arguably, it's going to involve the most systemically important financial institutions in stablecoin markets in blockchain.
What do you think is the ultimate mission behind the stablecoin for the Trump administration? Because that's actually a fascinating point for me, at least, and many are trying to tie this to the whole U.S. trade deficit story. Do you buy that narrative, or is there something else?
So I think, those of us in crypto circles, we sort of think that the U.S. administration had really missed a trick with U.S. dollar-backed stablecoins, because it's a way to get U.S. dollars into the hands of, a global population that's operating on the internet. It's a way to export dollars at a time when maybe through other payment systems, the sort of reserve status of the US dollar is being challenged. You have stable coins that are being exported to all parts of the world and getting into the hands of people that cannot access US bank accounts. So that's a really important, powerful that's really coming to incredible fruition around the world. And I think the US top down has now recognized the power of that. Stablecoins can export US dollars. But more than that, it can actually enhance the efficiencies of payments within the US itself and cross-border payments. So this idea of crypto being a great use case for cross-border payments and efficiency of payments generally is really important, because the velocity of money in an economy. So I think stablecoins are finally being recognized for the incredible innovation that they are. And to this point, they're only 200 billion, right? 250 billion, depending on what day we're looking at. So it's very small, and that is set to really jump into the trillions once we get clear stablecoin regulation out of the US, but also Hong Kong is working on stablecoin regulation. Right. So all the jurisdictions are going to come together.